Sorry. Um, yeah. Anyway, you got the ball running. Sorry, I've had a lot of work to do today. Just a good day. Nobody. Right? Nobody. Ain't that fucking weird? Nobody. No, I acted like I was a problem, too. They don't even know me from a hole, too. Not talk to any of these bitches. This one keeps talking about it. That one wants to talk. He just won't leave me alone. Starting a family. Not my fault. started. Yeah. Get yourself a bunch of electronics, like phone, cameras, frickin' computers. You know, it's always a good idea. Modem, update everything. You know, but still keep the old ones. You might need them for extra. You know. Collection. One for later, one for the other. Don't be like me, especially if you ain't got money. Not having money, do anything. What you have. What a day, my veins are all bulgy. And it's so bulgy, oh mother. Bulgy, bulgy veins. Yeah, that's how you do it. Just keep your hands. Yeah, I don't know. I've never done this before. Scariest thing I've ever done. And another time around. That's alright. See? Yes. Except for that. That's it. Yeah. That's it. Separate. Right there. Yeah. That's right there. Yeah. Right there. Perfect. Yep. Perfect. Anyhow. When it all falls down, when it all falls down, telling you when it all falls down, yep, telling you when it all falls down, that's what happens when it all falls down. When it all falls down. Even as a retard, I still have to do things. You know? Now it's harder. And now I'm have to be dependent on a service that fucking scares the shit out of me. Terrifies me. Yeah. You know, don't ask people to do things for you. They yeah. When, yeah, like I said, I would ask people to do things for you. Especially if you don't want them done. Anyway. Don't ask people to do things for you if you don't want them done. You know? We don't want them done. And they all fall down. Things for you. Because then you're all falls down. I'm telling you all, when it all falls down. I'm telling you all, when it all falls down. I keep telling you all, when it all falls down. Anywho, let's get to work. Everything sounds better today. It's not loud and obnoxious, but I'm sure it will get at some point. Yeah. Not having your family around sucks. You know, what are you gonna do? Anyways, gotta go, I guess. Gotta run. The Bible, bibliomancy said, King Herod was pissed and told Joseph to take his child and move wherever, Israel or Egypt. All right, kids. Let's just chill out for a second. I'm sorry. You can't keep pushing on right now.
Somebody here is about to be stepping into the spotlight. Okay, there is some type of new timeline that that you have stepped into, that you are going to be seen as some type of star or some type of celebrity. People are going to actually want to look up to you and follow you, okay? I'm very connected to the fucking Ask Me Anything feature in the Astra app because you can ask that like a broad, it could be a broad and fucking selection of ask in that select feature. And what I mean is what gifts are in my chart that are likely to gain public attention. Whenever you put in a question in any of those features on the Astra app, it's going to align it to your birth chart. And that's what I like. And it gives you answers that'll align with whatever it is that you're going through cosmically. Okay? Somebody's chart here is screaming visibility. Okay? Being seen. This is the energy of stepping out of the shadows. And you're allowing your gifts here to be seen. Somebody here could even be possibly starting some type of business. Okay, you're going to be possibly selling something, I'm hearing, or offering some type of service to the community here, whether that's through some type of creativeness, okay, leadership, teaching is even significant, or some other calling. This chart is pointing towards like you making some type of impression. Okay? There's some type of crown here that people are going to be putting on your head. People are going to be able to look up to you in this type of energy. Somebody here is about to be stepping into the spotlight. Okay, there is some type of
Your enemies are going to jail. Okay, listen. For some of you, this is a physical jail, like they're literally getting locked up, arrested, throw away the key. For some of them. For some of them, this is a spiritual prison. Okay, they have given themselves over to Satan. And how does the person do this? By continuing to choose to worship the kingdom of darkness, to come into agreement with demons, especially those who operate in witchcraft, who operate in the occult. God will give them over to reprobate mind, okay? And for some of your enemies, this is where they are. And some of them will repent, you know, when you get to that place, it's not pretty, okay? Take it from one who knows. There was a point in my life where I continued to choose the wrong way, and your enemies are going to jail, okay?
It's definitely that vibe. Your energy, especially when it's your absence, it's very strong. It's very for a lot of friends, past people are talking about you a lot, just as much as new people. Yeah, you may have past like exes as well, past and you're getting past right now. I don't know if they're going through a blow up or something. And they recently saw you and they're like, God damn, how do they keep getting finding her? It's like
Yeah,
that type of
right.
vibe.
You know I'm fucking retarded now. Oh god. Fucking asshole. Alright. Here's your lesson for today. Class started late. Alright. Teacher had to get shit done. Sorry. Need some water. All right. Basically, I'm just going to talk about authors of the Bible, possibly. And not just like Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, but like, who, because there's so many. Let's start with life expectancy of Christ during his time. All right. During the time of Jesus Christ, the average life expectancy at birth was very low. Only about 20 to 35, primarily due to the very high rate of infant and childhood mortality. So, yeah. Most people survived up until about 20 to 35 years age during that time, alright? If a person lived past childhood and avoided major plagues, wars, or severe injury, they could frequently expect to live up to 50 to 60 or even 70. So, it's possible, but it's not always the case, especially during these times, alright? So, the average life expectancy during Jesus' time is 20 to 35 years old. Alright, the age of Holy Book authors. Well, that's largely unknown, alright? Because the Bible has been spanning 1,500 to 1,600 years, okay? So it's been rewritten so many times. But just take into account, alright, let's go into the Old Testament. Yeah, that's all oral tradition, A lot of that is oral tradition. It dates back before written language existed, if you know what I mean. Written language didn't exist during Adam and Eve, right? Didn't exist during Noah. Nobody had it. Maybe the Chinese. Maybe they had some. But ultimately, most languages, except for who are Mesopotamians? Was it no? Cuneiform. Who did the cuneiforms? Cuneiform. Cuneiform writing. So this is like the most earliest form, I think. Right here, cuneiform writing. It's one of the oldest human writing systems, characterized by wedging shaped symbols and like clay tablets. And yeah, so like 3,200 BC. There were like 3,000 in Iraq. Cuneiform. Sumerians in Mesopotamia. Alright, you can go look up cuneiform writing. That's like the first, they say. But what does the Chinese writing? Because I think it's older. Like, it's like 5,000, isn't it? It's even older. Because they got like tortoise shell writings. So, begin. Who knows? Who knows? Sorry. Who knows when writing actually began? So, no, actually, Chinese, about 1,000 years later. That's during the Shang Dynasty with the oracle bone inscription. So that was a form of divination they did. So yeah, the divination they take like, I don't know, this, tortoiseshell or scapula. They'd write like all kinds of this and that questions on it. I think they take a hot poker and pop it and it would break. And they would read it and see what it says and tell you fortune. So, anyways, yeah, back in the day.
The earliest form of Chinese characters appeared
I
in
don't
the
want to
Shang
get a
Dynasty,
fire.
with examples dating back to around 1200 BC.
But, yeah. Copyright. Sorry, kids. I'm so scared about copyrights. Makes me panic. And these days. So anyways, yeah. Chinese scripts and symbols. Alright. We see that's like their earliest form. And I guess our earliest form is more like Western language is this. You know. Because I guess everything comes from this area. It's like the Fertile Crescent area where Adam and Eve is supposedly started. Alright? They say Adam and Eve started in the Fertile Crescent, whatever. But, between the Euphrates, Tigris and the Euphrates. So, let's go in there. Tigris. I think that's it. Oh shit. So, yeah. Tigris and Euphrates. So, let's see. Right here. Maybe. That doesn't make sense. This gets hard. Alright. So, yeah, somewhere around here. Somewhere around there. Around there somewhere. They say that's where Adam and Eve started, right? Around there somewhere. Everything starts there in the Fertile Crescent. But actually, I don't think it started there. Honestly. I don't think Adam and Eve was there. Honestly. That's my assumption. I think Adam and Eve started. Let's see. Give me a sec. You guys are gonna hate me for saying, especially you white boys. But anyways, all right. Somewhere around. I don't even know what. All right. We all know we came from Africa, right? We all know we came from Africa. We're all African in some degree, especially you European motherfuckers. You guys are really African. So, because you guys are like next door neighbors, you know. Africa, like, these are your next door neighbors to Europe. Right here. Alright. So, around this area, I don't know where it's at. Nile Valley, whatever. I think it's around all this area. So, around here somewhere. I don't know. It's maybe older. I don't know. But somewhere around there. It's like not the same anymore. But we're talking about Neolithic. I mean, not even maybe even further than that. We're talking about monkey people. Alright. At this point. Hominids or whatever. They're not even Homo sapiens. They're like, God, whatever, okay. Anyways, they're not even Neanderthals yet, alright? They're not really even Neanderthals yet. We're kind of getting there. But this is like the start. So yeah, maybe around there. Maybe around there. I don't know. Geography changes over time, so maybe around, I don't know. Let's see, how do I explain this? Let's just look at a big old world map. Let's start on a world map, and so we can kind of better understand what I'm talking about. I know it sounds crazy because we have all the rigmaroles there, right? We all have the buildings and the architecture from that period. Yeah, you're wrong, right? Okay. Sure, I'm wrong. All right. So, yeah, let's look over here. So, maybe around, let's look. Yeah, maybe around here. Maybe around, what do you guys think? Maybe around here? Wait, is this where it was? Is this where Eden? I don't know. I've never been there. It looks like a big area. Looks like where maybe, I don't know, this always looked weird to me right here. You know what I mean? Anyways, this part right here always looked kind of Basaria. How's that? You don't really have that kind of stuff anywhere else except Sweden, kind of. But like, how does it float? Right there. Anyway, crazy me. But anyways, like, yeah, right in this area. Who knows how it works? There were monkeys. The story goes, I don't know. Whatever, around there. Just in that area. We all know that, right? We all know that. Because we don't know how old Adam and Eve really is, right? Tell me. Tell me how old the story of Adam and Eve really is. I don't know. We don't know. We've heard the story 1,000 times. There's no sources to it, right? There's no one that says, yeah, I'm the first author of Adam and Eve. Of course not. Nobody knows who the first story of Adam and Eve is, right? Just like, how the fuck? Right here. Around here. There was a big flood, right? Even in China, there was a big flood. This huge flood. But we don't know, because it was the Ice Age, we think, right? There's so much ice. How old is Noah in the ark? We don't know. We don't really know how old the story is. Could have been right around. So anyways, this is where all the stories start, right here, right? The Jesus stories, the Muslim stories, the Christian stories, the Judaism stories, right? That's just right here. Just right here. Anyway, then you start getting the Buddhism right around here. And just start spreading. But it's always odd for me. Over here we got the biggest Muslim population in the world. A lot of trade must have happened right there, right? Anyways, back to what I was talking about. So we don't really know who the original authors of the Bible are, right? At the time of Jesus, most people lived 20 to 35. Let's guesstimate Adam and Eve lived approximately that age, right? We don't know who wrote about them. We just know some stories about them. Just like this. Who wrote these stories? When was cuneiform written? Oh. 32, 300, 3,200. All right, 3,300. So yeah, the first book was That's about 1,000 years later. Alright, the first book of Moses before cuneiform was written. So, yeah, around 1,400 BC. So, anyways, more questions than answers, right? So, anyways, yeah, the accounts of Jesus Christ in the New Testament were written roughly 30 to 65 years after his death. So basically, nobody knew about Jesus when he was alive. Because guess what? We cannot find actual factual evidence of Jesus Christ's existence. It's a faith-based religion, right? Did Jesus Christ exist? Oh my God, how in the world did he just say that? Motherfucker is crazy. How does he say Jesus Christ does not exist? Well, you go to Europe and they all have their fucking, I've never been to Europe, but there's like 9 sets of crucifixion nails of Jesus Christ in Europe. How many times did they crucify Jesus? 9 times? You know, like, we don't know. But, wait, in the Vatican, wait, I'm confused. Wait a second. What's in the Vatican? Do they have Jesus' manger? Jesus' manger in the Vatican? I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, or his deathbed. I don't know. Something like that. What do they have in the Vatican? Jesus Christ. I'm sorry, I'm just asking these questions. Jesus Christ, Vatican. Vatican manger? Like where he was born? Birthplace? Birthplace? I don't know. Let's see. Is there? He's not born. He was born in Beth. There's something at the Vatican that belongs to Jesus, apparently. Was it his deathbed? Death place? I don't know. There's something about Jesus. What's at the Vatican? Jesus Christ, Vatican, has evidence. I don't know. I'm confused. I don't know. Maybe there isn't. I don't know. And does not possess any direct physical or scientific evidence proving the life, death, or resurrection of Jesus Christ. When the Holy See houses ancient texts, historical records. I don't know. So apparently the Vatican doesn't have anything about Jesus. Christians are shitting themselves right now. Catholics, they're losing their shit. How does the Vatican, in Salina, Kansas, they're just like losing their shit, not have anything of Jesus Christ? This is crazy. We've studied about Jesus Christ. Like cults are like shitting themselves in Salina, Kansas right now. That the Vatican doesn't hold any items from Jesus Christ. Okay, but let's go to, should we say Israel? Just for safety's sake at this point. Bethlehem. Bethlehem. Right. Jesus Christ. Okay. Church of the Nativity? Is that it? I don't know. What does it have from Jesus? Birth? Birth? Yeah, wait. Anyway. So yeah, they say you can see that, or I don't know. Whatever. So, yeah, apparently. So, right on. Cool. Very touristy, I'm sure. Very fun. Very cool to visit. Something from the past. Great artists. Great artists from the past. Mad respect, anyways. But, Christian art. So, yeah, anyways. But we never really know. Maybe. Maybe not. Who knows? Who cares, I guess. It's all based on faith, right? We know the story. Nobody liked the dude, right? Nobody liked the dude. So, anyways, roughly 30 to 65 years old. After his death, spanning from the letters of Jesus died around 30 to 30, while the earliest Christian writings appear around the middle of the first century of last gospel, near the end. So we're guesstimating anywhere, like, nobody started writing about him. Anywhere from, let's say, 30 to 100 years. Alright? Let's just say that, roughly. 30 to 100 years. I know that's hard to swallow, but you need to get facts straight sometimes, Because what happened to all this shit about him? Did they destroy it? Did they get rid of it? Was it, like, bad? I don't know. Who knows? Anyways. Let's look at this. The story of Abraham from the book of Genesis tells of faith, a great journey, and the promise of a new nation. Key events include the divine call, covenant of descendants, and the test of fate on Mount Moriah. So yeah. So you know what that led to, right? All that stuff, yeah. I guess. Story of Abraham. An angel saw Abraham at the last moment, and the ram was provided instead. Alright? So, yeah. Let's explore. Abraham is viewed in Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. Alright. The Abrahamic religions. Dun, dun, dun. Like Abrahamic religions. Judaism, Christianity, and Islam are the world's three major monotheistic faiths that trace their shared spiritual ancestry back to the biblical patriarch Abraham. They all worship the same single God, share overlapping sacred histories, and emphasize strong moral and ethical values, though they differ significantly in their specific doctrines, laws, and holy texts. So yeah, all of them believe in one prevailing thing. Monotheism, absolute belief in one single supreme creator God. Anyways, what do the Buddhists believe? Let's see. Buddhists. Universal. Let's say universal consciousness. We'll just say consciousness. So, do they believe it? Buddhism does not teach a universal, permanent universal, or cosmic soul, instead viewing all awareness as impertinent, depending on conditions, and empty of a fixed self, while some traditions discuss storehouse awareness or unconditioned mind nature. These are distinct from non-Buddhist absolute creator consciousness models. So, Is it left up to speculation? Everything is left up to speculation, right? There's no real absolute creator, but, it leaves up to speculation. Dependent origin. Teaching awareness arises only when conditions like senses, objects meet, meaning it is an interactive process rather than a static substance. Impermanence, anicca. Every single moment of knowing flashes, ceases, changes instantly without a permanent observer behind it. Not self, anatta, clinging to any state of consciousness as a last I or a universal identity leads directly to suffering. So, how do you read that? Storehouse consciousness, alaya, vijnaya, uses, I'm sorry, my leg hurts. I need to elevate it. Let's see. Used in the Yogacara school to hold karmic seeds across lifetime, but it leaves a fluid condition rather than an internal soul. Rather, East Asian mentions a unified mind nature, Shinchi, representing the absolute nature of reality rather than personal or cosmic thinking. So, I don't know. Let's look at Shinchi. What does that mean? And now it's getting more complicated. Down the rabbit hole, spirituality. Buddhism. Where do we go with this? Is a likeliness of one mind, single mind. Prominent modern Buddhist Shinchi, the current means one mind or single mind is a core Mahayana Tibetan Buddhist philosophical concept describing all phenomena are manifestations of one absolute unified mind. I thought Buddhists didn't believe in universal consciousness, right? No, this is a different sect, right? Yeah. Anyways, but here's my leg. Works great, doesn't it? I got laundry to do, my friends. I'm trying to finish it. I'm tired of smelling like ass. Yeah. I'll be back in a second.